What if the reason you're stuck in break-even trades isn't your strategy, but your software? I tested what many call the best AI stock trading bot, Trade Ideas, and stacked it up against TrendSpider's automation tools. But do either of them actually give you an edge? By the end of this video, you'll know which tool actually helps you trade smarter. So here's where it all started for me. I didn't just read about the best AI stock trading bot, I lived with these two. And before I even pulled the trigger on either of them, I went deep into the user reviews. Not just the ones that they showcase on their homepage, but the raw, unfiltered stuff on forums, blogs, even Reddit threads that most people skim past. And one Trade Ideas reviewer had what sounded like a pretty frustrating experience during the test drive phase. He said that he signed up expecting to try all the features for a small fee, but claimed that hardly anything actually worked in that trial. That's not nothing, and if you're on a tight budget, you'll want to know what you're actually getting. Now, I won't sugarcoat this. That review does raise valid concerns, especially if you're expecting a fully unlocked test drive experience with this AI stock trading bot. But honestly, even with those limitations, I found it enough to get a decent feel for how the platform works. And if you're serious about trading, you'll want the full subscription anyway, because that's when it really comes alive. On the flip side of that, the platform holds a solid 4.7 out of 5-star rating, and a ton of traders swear by it. One reviewer even said that he's been using this AI trading bot for 20 years and wouldn't trade without it. He referred to Trade Ideas as the best trading platform for serious traders. Another trader who's been using Trade Ideas' AI stock trading platform for 10 years mentioned how it helped him catch setups he never would have spotted manually. Honestly, that's actually been my experience too. Once you get comfortable with the layout, it's like having a team of analysts feeding you setups in pretty much real time. But okay, now that that's all out of the way, let's shift over to TrendSpider. So I saw one user's review that stood out to me right away. He pointed out that only intraday charts were available, and they really needed the access to longer-term indicators. On top of that, he admitted that he wasn't a pro with TrendSpider and said that he needed at least a month of help just to get a handle on things and to build his scanner. Now, all this is some fair criticism, and one that I've heard more than once. TrendSpider can definitely feel like overkill at first, especially if you're just trying to run a quick scan. But that's also what makes it so powerful. And once you spend just a couple sessions exploring their tutorials, that complexity starts to turn into confidence. And it's not just me saying that, because another reviewer called it fantastic for charting and mentioned how it helped him track both stocks and crypto using AI features that he hadn't found anywhere else. He also said he was excited about the new features being rolled out, which, by the way, has been a consistent theme over time. TrendSpider is always shipping updates. And here's another one. Another user highlighted the platform's constant evolution and said the automated chart patterns and trend lines were especially useful. And okay, looking at the overall rating of 4.4 out of 5 stars, you can see that despite the learning curve and some issues with that, some users think that it's absolutely worth it once you get over that hump. Now, if you're wondering which stock trading AI bot actually delivers more value for active traders, let's break down their features because that's where things get really interesting. So let's start with Trade Ideas' AI stock trading software because this is where I personally saw the biggest shift in how I approached the market. The first thing that absolutely grabbed my attention was Holly. Holly isn't just some buzzword AI slapped onto the platform. It's the real engine that drives Trade Ideas' AI-based stock trading. It's the center. Think of her like your pre-market war room. Each morning, she analyzes decades of traded data and market behavior, then hands you a short list of optimized setups for that day. Now, if you're someone who trades fast and reacts even faster, hover charts are going to feel like a cheat code, pretty much. This feature alone saved me so much time. Instead of having to click, load, switch tabs, break focus, You just hover over any stock symbol and instantly see its chart without leaving your main screen. When I'm in the zone trying to scan through 20 setups in under a minute, that hover effect keeps my momentum intact. It sounds like a small thing, but in trading, seconds matter. And this eliminates all the wasted clicks that most platforms just force you to do. Then there's Scope 360, which, if I'm being honest, felt a little overwhelming at first too, but once I started using it daily, it became one of my favorite dashboards. It's a full situational awareness tool, pulling real-time visual cues from the market and laying them out in this incredibly digestible format. But okay, now switching gears to TrendSpider's AI stock trading app, I'll admit, I was skeptical at first, mostly because I thought of it as just another fancy AI stock trading platform, but I was wrong. The real magic in TrendSpider starts with their AI strategy builder. Unlike most tools that make you follow their templates, TrendSpider lets you create your own predictive models from scratch. You pick your risk to reward ratio, you define your indicators, and you build conditions based on your style, not theirs. And once the AI strategy is built, it runs live and pushes alerts whenever your conditions align in real time. Another standout feature of this AI for stock trading platform is their multi-time frame analysis. So before TrendSpider, I had to constantly flip between chart tabs, 15-minute, 1 hour, daily, just to double check if my trend line was valid across multiple views. But here you can overlay different time frames on the same chart. You can plot a support zone on the weekly, validate it with intraday action, and still keep your eyes on the current candle, and that's all at once. So this saved me a ton of second guessing and honestly made my entries cleaner and more efficient. And then there's the raindrop charts. This one took a minute to get used to, but once it clicked, it really changed how I read price action. Traditional candlesticks tell you what happened. Raindrop charts show you why it happened, because they combine volume and price into one unified view. You don't just see that a candle formed, you see where the majority of volume was concentrated during each half of that candle's life. It gave me a better sense of where real buying pressure was sitting, especially when I was timing entries around key levels. But while the features of these best AI stock trading bots are impressive, no tool is perfect. For trade ideas, if I had to nitpick, I'd say the platform can feel overwhelming the first time you log in. But once you spend just a day or two customizing the layout, it'll start to feel natural. Now, for TrendSpider, the biggest thing I noticed is that it's not really built for get in and go traders. But once I got past the initial ramp up, it quickly became one of the most versatile technical analysis tools I've ever used. So here's the next question. What do these AI stock trading bots cost? In all honesty, they're not cheap when compared to free scanners or broker-provided tools, but you get what you pay for. For example, trade ideas might feel a little high for casual traders, but for anyone active in the markets, I think it's a smart investment. TrendSpider is a little more accessible, and it offers a lot of value, especially if you're into deep chart analysis. Check the link in the description for their current pricing and any discounts and promos that they're offering. So, which one is the best AI stock trading bot? My take is pretty simple. If you want real-time trade ideas and fast execution, go with Trade Ideas. If you're more of a strategist who builds and tests setups, TrendSpider is a fantastic option. So click the link in the description below to grab your discount and test them for yourself. You'll know within a few sessions if it's the right fit.